old book. I got the latest edition, but it's A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking, and let's have a read of it. It's just for you. We're not a big noise. Let's get straight to the introduction to practice my speaking. We go about our daily lives understanding almost nothing of the world. We give little thought to the machinery that generates the sunlight that makes life possible, to the gravity that glues us to an earth that would otherwise send ourselves spinning off into space, or to the atoms of which we are made, and on whose stability we not to ask the important questions. Few of us spend much time, or whether it was always here, if time will one day flow backward. What humans can know. There are even children I have met, some of them, who want to know what a black hole looks like. What is the smallest piece of matter? Why we remember the past and not the future? How it is, if there was a chaos early, and there is apparently order today, and why there is a universe. In our society, it is customary for parents and teachers to answer most of the questions with a shrug or with an appeal to vaguely recalled religious precepts. Some are uncomfortable with issues like these because they are so vividly exposed to limitations of human understanding. But much of the philosophy and science has been driven by such inquiries. An increasing number of adults are willing to ask questions of this sort, and occasionally get some astonishing answers. Inquisition from the atoms and the stars, we are expanding our exploratory horizons to embrace both the very small and very large. In the spring of 1974, about 2 years before the Viking spacecraft landed on Mars, I was at a meeting in England sponsored by the Royal Society of London to explore the question of how to search for extraterrestrial life. During a coffee break, I noticed that a much larger meeting was being held in the adjacent hall, which out of curiosity I entered. I soon realised that I was witnessing an ancient sight, the investiture of many fellows of the Royal Society, one of the most ancient scholarly organisations on the planet. In the front row, a young man in a wheelchair was very slowly signing his name in a book that bore of its earliest pages the signature of Isaac Newton. When at last he finished, there was a stirring ovation. Stephen Hawking was a legend even then. Hawking, now Lucian Professor of Mathematics at the Cambridge University, a post once held by Newton and later by P.A.M. Dirac, two celebrated explorers of the very large and the very small. He is their very worthy successor. This Hawking's first book for the non-specialist holds awards of many kinds for the lay audience, and interesting as the book's wide-ranging contents is the glimpse it provides into the workings of the author's mind. In this book are lucid revelations of the frontiers of physics, astronomy, cosmology, and courage. This is also a book about God, or perhaps about the absence of God. The word God fills these pages. Hawking embarks on a quest to answer Einstein's famous question about whether God had any choice in creating the universe. Hawking is attempting, as he explicitly states, to understand the mind of God, and this makes all the more unexpected the conclusion of the effort, at least so far. A universe with no edge in space, no beginning or end in time, and nothing for a creator to do. Carl Sagan wrote that introduction from Cornell University of New York. Chapter 1. I'm just going to read a brief chapter anyway, of our picture of the universe. A well-known scientist, some say it was Bertrand Russell, once gave a public lecture in astronomy. He described how the Earth orbits around the Sun, and how the Sun in turn orbits around the centre of a vast collection of stars called our galaxy. At the end of the lecture, a little old lady at the back of the room got up and said, "What have you told us? It's rubbish. The world is really a flat plate supported on the back of a giant tortoise." The scientist gave a superior smile before replying, "What does the tortoise stand on? You're a very clever young lady." "Very clever," said the young lady, "but it's turtles all the way down." I'll leave that for now. I'll just stop this.